Alright, welcome back everybody to the Victory Draft League. It's been a little while since last season ended and I didn't make it into playoffs, but we're back now with the next season. And it's technically season 4, but it's season 3 for me. But yeah, the draft just finished the other day and I figured I'd make a little team recap kind of a video to get things started. So yeah, the main idea that I wanted to go for this season was that I wanted some sort of weather and then some kind of a trick room and or tailwind mode, but I figured that weather works more like tailwind in the sense that it increases your speed rather than changing the turn order, so I decided to go with weather and trick room, and that's what I pretty much managed to get. It's not exactly what I wanted in the beginning, but and I also really wanted to bring Colossal, which is the first pick that I actually took. I picked Colossal first round 1. I'm going to be using Gigantamax Colossal probably a lot of the time. It's very solid. Weakness policy, steam engine, can be physical, can be special, pretty bulky, and I figured since I'm grabbing Colossal and I want to use a weather mode, I don't want to hinder it with like rain to, worsen its fire, so I picked Tyrannotar round 2, and I figured the Sandstorm would be a good weather to use because it would both boost Colossal special defense and I can, utilize some other Pokemon, and Tyrannotar gets Surf too, so it can activate Colossal's Weakness Policy Steam Engine if I need to do that. Next up I picked Dracozolt because I feel that it would be good in the sand mode as well. I really wanted Dracovish in the beginning, but I forget who took it, but somebody did. But I worked around it and I figured Dracozolt was the next best thing. Getting Sand Rush and Hustle's also really good, and Volt Absorb can kind of be useful if I have a water type out at the time. Next up I picked Corrinite, which is kind of an interesting pick, I think, personally. It doesn't have too much coverage, but I think for what it is, it's very good. Mirror Armor is really good to block Intimidate. It gets dual screens, it gets body press and iron defense, it gets flying and steel coverage, and it gets some other cool tech moves. It gets like U-turn and stuff, so it's pretty good. I think it fits well too if I have like, Earthquake on something, it can't hit Corviknight and he doesn't take any damage from the Sandstorm because he's a steel type, so I kind of thought it fit in pretty well. Then I picked Oranguru. I really like Oranguru. It wasn't my first pick by any means, but it came down to it and I figured I'd take him. I originally wanted Reuniclus and then I wanted Gothitelle, but those both got taken, but I think Oranguru's got some cool things going for it, like Instruct and more screens and skill swap and things, so I'll take Oranguru any day. And then I got Mienshao. I think Mienshao is a very good Pokemon. I think this is one of the ones that I wanted from the beginning, along with like Colossal. So I decided to pick this one up. It gets Fake Out, has Inner Focus, no Intimidate on it, no flinching. It gets Wide Guard, it gets Coaching, it's got Regenerator if I want to run that. It's got really good speed, really good physical attack. I think it's just all around a really good support or offensive Pokemon. And then I picked Galerion Slowking. I really like Galerion Slowking. I've been using it recently on Showdown and I think it's pretty cool. I like its Curious Medicine ability with Skill Swap is kind of cool, because you can reset the opponent's stat changes while also getting rid of their ability. Like if you use it on an Intimidate thing, you can Intimidate them too on top of resetting their stats, which is pretty cool. And he gets a lot of coverage moves, and he's got more special attack than regular Slowking, so The only issue with this is that it's adding more to my ground weaknesses, which is kind of bad because, I mean, I have quad weakness and Colossal weakness and Tyrannotar and Dracozolt now, and now Galerion's looking, so it's a little rough, but we'll get through it. And then next I picked Costa. I didn't really want Costa. I really wanted Quillfish was who I wanted, because I wanted Quillfish for Aqua Jet onto Colossal along with the Intimidate. And Quillfish gets some pretty good, just like, he gets like Taunt and Venom Drench maybe if I ever wanted to use that. But Costa isn't bad by any means. It's got Sturdy, it's got Shell Armor, which is pretty nice. I believe that's what it is, the one that reduces super effective damage. And he gets Aqua Jet, so I can activate Colossal Weakness Policy if I want to, and he's Rock type, so he can benefit from the special defense boost of the Sandstorm. So, it's not bad by any means, but it's not what I was going for in the beginning. Here's where we get into some more cool picks, I think, personally. We got Maractus. I'm very happy with Maractus. I think Maractus is a very good Pokemon. I really enjoy using it. And it's one of the few Storm Drain users, but it's kind of overlooked with like Gastrodon and Credilli even. Like I used Credilli last season, but I personally really like Maractus. I think it's super cool. It has pretty mediocre stats, but like it gets a pretty cool move pool. It can be physical or special, really. I could use Colossal to set up Sun for it if I go offensive with it and has Chlorophyll, or I can use it to protect Colossal from water moves with Storm Drain. And it gets like Spiky Shield's a really cool move, and it gets like Round, and you can use Throat Spray on it to get more special attack. It gets Drain Punch, I think. It's got a lot of coverage. And it gets Weather Ball too. Weather Ball is really good on it. So overall, I think Maractus is really good. And here's our bottom tier picks. I went with Delibird. I've wanted to use Delibird for a little while now. It gets some pretty interesting moves. It has Hustle, so it has like mediocre attack with Hustle. So if I want to, I can Dynamax it and use it for speed control with Max Airstream. It does get Aurora Veil if I can manage to somehow set up Hail, or if my opponent has Hail, I can kind of abuse that. It gets Fake Out, which is pretty good, and it has a couple other strange coverage moves that people might not see coming, like Seed Bomb. So it's pretty good, I think, for like a low tier pick. And it's another flying type, so I can, you know, if I have like Earthquake going on, I can switch into this and won't take any damage. And then lastly, I took Sandslash because I figured I would need one more thing just to benefit from the Sandstorm to really round out everything. And Sandslash gets Sand Veil, which I probably won't use that much, but it does get Sand Rush, which is good because it'll increase my speed in the Sandstorm, and I think Sandslash has decent stats and is able to take things out pretty well with its good physical attack, and it gets some coverage moves. It gets like Leech Life, and I think it gets some fighting moves and like Brick Break or something. And of course ground moves, and I think it gets like Stone Edge, which is always good. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this team. I really like the way that it came out. I'm not, you know, it's not exactly what I wanted at the beginning, but I think I can make it work. The only main issue I see is my ground weakness. I'm very scared to go up against like some heavy hitting ground types. But I have a few tricks up my sleeve to deal with those, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll probably be uploading week 1 pretty soon. I believe it starts this weekend coming up, so that'll be up soon. And we are going against the Texas Toad Frogs first, so stay tuned for that.